Hello, welcome. Thanks for joining me. I'm Kathryn Delaney, and this is your daily tarot reading for Friday, August 28th, 2020. Let's go ahead and take a look at today's cards. Alright, so for the first card that we have today, it is a major arcana card. It is the Strength card. The Strength is a card that's ruled by Leo because it is a fixed fire kind of energy. And what's important to consider about this card when it shows up is that, we're going through things that are trials that we need to be kind to ourselves while we go through them. We might be really pushing through difficult situations, but the message in this card is that sometimes, you have to uh, be a little bit more patient and wait for the situation to reveal itself to know how exactly to move forward. This may also be speaking to a level of strength of your own sense of will in how you interact with a situation and respond to a situation rather than letting the energy that's inside of you kind of boil up and overcome you into a sense of rage or anger. This is more of a shift towards having some kind of composure and understanding that everyone is going through a hard time right now and trying to figure out how to get through, how to actually cross this kind of shaky bridge that we're all on, and we're all kind of being forced across this bridge or getting ready to be forced across this bridge. And we're in a lot of unknowns. And what's key to consider is that we'll find our footing as we're on that bridge, and that we can't, um, totally hesitate and keep from moving, but we need to listen to when it is time to, wait to respond and move. Like similar to when you're working with a big cat, right? Like there's a certain amount of interaction and playfulness that you can have, and there's a certain amount of seriousness that you need to have as we go through life. And this is telling us to develop a sense of compassion, not only for other people, but also for ourselves as we find our footing through all of these new changes. The second card that we have for today is the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords is speaking of the sense of worry that we might be overwhelmed with, and the fixation around, some mental dialogue and concerns that of just things that are unknown that are coming in the future. And what's important to keep in mind when we see this card is that there are storms that go through our lives. There are situations that create worry, that create uh, a space where we can get stuck mentally. Um, and this card is letting us know that that is temporary. The storm will pass, and that we need to sacrifice some of our attachment to having total control of the situation, because we don't have control over everything. And when the storm settles, we'll have a better idea. We'll have more clarity as to what's actually going on, when we can let go of some of that worry and not let it just stir up our emotional body completely. This third card that we have is the Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Wands is a card that's associated with Capricorn. And Capricorn is a sign that is our life path, our reputation, how we interact with others in our lives. And this card is, speaking to it's our life path, and it's our self-development as we move through life, and as we overcome situations. But it's also ruled by pentacles, so it's a striving, a cardinal pentacle, so a very practical striving towards earning income and creating stability in our lives. And so, what we are basically needing to do is, see through the veil of what is kind of spinning us dizzy and put our energy more towards what is practical and what's in front of us right away. If what's in front of us right away is that we have to cross this bridge, then we need to put our attention on crossing this bridge. If what's in front of us right away is, taking care of the home and taking care of the environment that we're specifically in, then that's what we need to focus on in that moment. And this asks, like, how do we want to be in the world and how do we want to interact in the world regardless of what's going on around us, and where is our anchor in life. And that ultimately, is where we need to put our attention, is just one foot in front of the other every single day, and to not spin ourselves into a storm that we may not actually be sitting in because it's just kind of eating our time. So to be practical instead. That is your reading for August 28th, 2020. It's Friday. I hope you're having a good end of the week and have some nice plans for the weekend, whether you're, just going to take care of your family and be around your house and take care of practical matters, or be out in the world and be out in nature, which I think sounds like a good time. We need to learn to relax more, rather than just spinning our own wheels all the time into so many directions. I hope you have a lovely weekend, and I'll see you again soon. Blessed be.